talking animals, like Look Who's Talking Now.
Yeah, it's like Michael J. Fox does the narration for the
bear. No, it's just like this bear. And he's a baby, and he's just trying to navigate life without a parent.
Ahoy! We return to Ghost Island with PacMan World. And pardon the pops, there's a lot of P words in Pac-Man games. I'm trying to distance myself from the mic but still be heard clearly. I noticed there was a lot of when I'd say Pac-Man, so I apologize in advance. Right now we got Crazy Cannonade, which is our next level in the pirate world.
Oh my gosh. I just was thrown back into a song called The Ghost of Stephen Foster.
I don't remember
by
that
Squirrel
one.
Nut Zippers. And
yeah?
Yes.
Nope, don't remember that at all.
Cannonades were made.
I love how you're just like, remember this song?
No, I don't know that I've ever had to listen to that song. It's a big band song.
Oh, okay. I like big band. There's the big band for the title theme of this game. It just goes all out. Yeah.
Well, Squirrel Nut Zippers was like, it was the resurgence of big band music.
It's gonna be weird. I'm gonna do commentary and then I'm gonna say Pac-Man, looking right at you, so that I'm not talking directly into the microphone. We'll work it out, folks.
But yeah, Squirrel Nut Zippers was the resurgence of big band music in the 1990s.
Whoops.
So they weren't like
right into the abyss.
Big band era.
Oh, okay. They don't sound popular. Were they kind of like a niche with like a cult following?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, not that I know what's popular or not. I just kind of like
most big band resurgent
beat of my own
bands
drum.
were niche. You
okay.
know? They weren't selling out arenas.
Makes sense.
But it was like Squirrel Nut Zippers, the Cat Daddies.
I don't know any of these names. They're lovely names. Lovely titles. But, nah. Ooh. I think I got a melon. Even though it looks more like a pear.
It is a dragon fruit?
Oh, a dragon fruit.
Maybe it is a pear. I don't know. It has like spots on it.
Yeah, it does have spots. I don't know what that fruit's
Which made me
supposed to
think
be.
dragon fruit.
Apple.
Apple?
Oh boy, juicy apple.
I also watched Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, okay. That's funny. So you watched both Spirited Away and Lilo and Stitch this past week. They both have the same leading actress.
Do they?
Yep. The girl who voices Lilo is the same girl that voices... Uh-oh. Shihiro, thank you. I almost said Shen. I'm like, not Shen.
Well, because Sen is the name that they gave.
Sen.
Like, when her name was stolen,
Yep.
they gave her the name Sen.
Okay. See, it's been a while since I saw that movie.
I think I actually watched them in the same day.
That's even better.
Because I was working on crafts.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said this in the last playthrough, but I have a craft show coming up next month.
You can say them in all playthroughs.
Yeah. Well,
it's a big deal here in Pupcorn.
It is. I'm very, very excited. It's like the first big craft show that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like actually in a convention center. Like so to me it's a big deal. So I've been like trying really hard to make sure I have enough stuff, that the stuff looks good, that it's presented well. So I'm actually crocheting right now, like as we're commentating, because I can crochet without looking at my work, because I've been doing it for about 20 years of like crocheting and stuff. My grandma taught me when I was really little.
Thanks, me.
Yeah. But what was I saying?
I don't know.
I like spun off on like a side.
You were talking about bitchcraft.
Yeah. Yeah. But it came up from something else. I'm sorry. I'm very ADD and spastic.
Alrighty. Talking about Lilo and Stitch and Spirited Away.
That's why. Because I was putting on movies while I was working on my crafts.
Right.
So I was like doing wire work on some like Dreamcatcher, my morbid Dreamcatchers.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was watching movies while I was doing that. So I put on Lilo and Stitch. And then when that finished up, I put on Spirited Away.
I got you.
Then I also watched Brave.
Of course you did.
Just because I hadn't seen it in a while.
It's fine. It's fine.
I am still very about it. Like, I want to really like it, but I wanted more of, like, the magic. Like, the Scottish magic.
Me too.
Yeah.
It was just... One of the positives I can give it is it talked about parental issues before parental issues in animation became popular. So it was like Encanto before Encanto.
It did have one of the first, like, the parents are not always right and they can fix themselves.
Yes.
Like, which I do enjoy that.
Yeah, it was more about the parents fixing themselves as well.
Yeah.
Instead of just an apology, actually going through a change. Which is
so that,
common nowadays, but was exceptionally rare at the time.
Yeah. But again, like, I remember all the previews and stuff for when that movie was coming out, and it was like the wisps and the magic, and it, like, there just really wasn't much of that in the movie.
Yeah, false advertising resulted in just a bitter taste in my mouth.
So, as much as I really wanted to like Brave...
Doesn't help that most of the movie reminded me of Brother Bear, which wasn't a good thing.
I don't think I saw Brother Bear.
It's fine.
Brother
Bear is a movie that has, like, a beautiful opening and an exceptional ending, and the middle just exists.
Oh, well.
So, there you go.
I don't know, it makes me think of the movie The Bear that we watched.
See, that was surprisingly interesting.
Yeah. I love so we watched this movie and, like, it's about this bear cub that loses its mother and it's just, like, navigating through life.
Don't worry, it doesn't talk.
Yeah, it's not a talking bear, but it is a real animal. Like, they do use real animals, but there's a moment where the baby bear, like, eats psychedelic mushrooms.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was wild. Like...
Yeah, it was like Pink Elephants on Parade wild.
Oh my god.
It was a trippy-ass scene.
They did do, like, animation where, like, they started, like, claymation style animating this bear, and he was just tripping hard. And I was like, this is what I'm here for. But it was surprisingly a really good movie.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's exceptionally cheap because nobody really knows what it is, so they're like, I'm not buying that.
Well,
so
that, and it's like...
It's a pretty cheap movie.
I think my mom got it for, like, $1 or something at, like, Kmart, when Kmart was still a thing.
That makes sense.
And,
one of those bargain bins.
Yeah. And I had always just, like, thought that it was gonna be, like, a weird, like, documentary style, like, oh, the bear.
That's what I was expecting.
We pulled it from our pot, our
Yes.
movie pot, and I was like, well, guess it's time to find out.
Yep. So it begins.
Yeah.
But no, if you ever see The Bear, give it a watch.
Yeah, it's a neat little movie. It has a good plot. I love that it's not talking animals.
Me too.
And it's also not, like, voiceover talking animals, like, look who's talking now.
Yeah, it's like Michael J. Fox does the narration for The
Bear. No, it's just, like, this bear. And he's a baby, and he's just trying to navigate life without a parent. So it's a sweet movie.
Yeah, it's a very wholesome movie. I enjoyed it.
It was nice.
Okay, so in typical Pac-Man fashion, when the ghosts turn blue and you eat them, it actually replenishes your health.
Oh.
So that's an alternate way to heal.
Okay.
Because, like, the hit detection is just slightly wonky. You can get clipped very easily.
You only got 1/4 of your life left.
It's okay. I just got an extra life and a checkpoint. So that means if I die, I start right back here.
Nice.
So what do you think of the graphics of this game for, like, $19.99?
Compared
to, like, the couple other, like,
are...
PlayStation 1 games we've seen.
I think the graphics are fine.
Okay. Because, like, they're not sprites like Klonoa 1.
They're not
They are
the
all
best.
models.
They're not the best that I've seen, but they're also definitely not the worst that I've seen.
Okay.
I like a lot of the little details.
Whereas for me, I'll take a game over this. A game that looks like this but plays well over a game that, here comes the shade,
like The Boy and the
looks
Blob.
like A Boy and His Blob that just, like,
where
lacks
it's
in the
beautiful,
gameplay
but
and
it's
control.
just sucky to play.
I say as I totally choke.
I would say, like, it,
I mean, this is a tough game.
Yeah. But, like, it has all these really nice little details, and, like, the background is really nice, and the character looks like it moves well. Like, it's not super jerky.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about the background, and this was very common in this era, is it's called a skybox, and it's just like a JPEG or an image
that
in the background
sits in
that
the back.
scrolls.
Yeah.
Yep. And they like added like a color to it to like give it more personality, but
yeah, it's to fill the space.
Yep. It's just a picture.
Because that's what we were talking about doing with like Oh Milo.
Yes.
I just need dimensions and ideas and stuff to.
I was waiting until after the craft show to like, start giving
absolutely
you all that.
like.
Because like already I'm giving you resources for the next guide for elemental isles, and it's just like no rush. But once the craft show's over, I'm gonna like start giving you like rubrics and stuff like that.
And that's definitely the thing is like once all of these crafts are done.
I don't want you to be overwhelmed while you're overwhelmed.
Yeah. Because mainly what I'm doing, I inherited a lot of craft stuff.
Let's go, Pac-Man.
Plus, whenever I was working at the craft store, anytime there was like stuff that was clearanced or on sale or damaged out, like I would pick it up. So I have a ton of like yarn and fabric and buttons and all these things that I'm just like, what am I gonna do with all of this shit? So that's why I'm making like all of these crafts and things to sell at craft shows. To get rid of this stuff so that it's not cluttering the house, and just to make a little bit of money to put in savings so that we can buy a new house.
Nothing wrong with that.
So it's kind of just like a two-for deal.
So the thing about this era of games is weird geometry is awkward to stand on. So like this is it feels weird when you're on this boat. Like it looks cool because like it's at an angle and stuff and it's like a boat, but it feels weird because in this era it was very easy to like navigate on flat surfaces.
Okay.
When you're at an angle, it just feels awkward. But there we go. We released the first of our friends.
Well, do you have to like adjust so that you don't slide off, or
it's not so much adjusting to slide off, it's just like watch what you're pressing because it's very sensitive because you don't have as much space as you think you do.
Okay,
it's a depth issue.
Gotcha. Which I'm really bad at. I have terrible
where it's just like, oh, I have all this room to navigate. You really don't.
Or do you?
Or do you? So just like the last level, this gives me another attempt at clearing this bonus level to get a few more fruits and a few more lives. Ta-da! Just like that.
Da-da-da.
So playing all these platformers, it definitely gives me tips to like when we make our own platform games after Oh Milo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We definitely want to take the approach of like fill them with lives towards the beginning.
Yeah.
And then
make
steadily,
it
more sparse as the levels go on and the difficulty ramps up. Where like you can grind like 20 to 40 lives in the first couple levels.
Right.
But then it's just like, hey, we're not going to start throwing them to you that often now.
Well, because I also think that that's just, it's a strategy. Because it's like, if you see a life, make sure you get it, because you're not going to get them later.
It's like, don't pass them up. They're very important.
So it was like that in Ys, which anyone watching, you'll see like an introspective on that coming up soon within the next couple of months. Because I'm going to start writing it probably today or tomorrow.
Cool.
And really just about similar things. Like there weren't as many saves later on.
Oh, okay. There weren't as many crystals, you mean?
Right. So it's like towards the middle, there's not as many crystals which save and heal you. However, after that, when things got really difficult, they introduced warping.
Oh,
so there might not be as many new save points, but you can easily warp to one.
All right. So hold on. This is our first boss. So this is the HMS Windbag. It's a pirate ship.
I'm going to call you the HMS Windbag.
Why? Because of my gassy mornings?
Maybe.
Dude.
So much personality.
Or is it because I just blow so much hot air?
Maybe a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
You give me that look sometimes that the ship is giving.
Or they're like, I'm gonna get you.
Like whenever, for example, we were commentating on Klonoa 2, and he has a surfing level kind of, where he's
Hey,
surfing
you didn't
around.
say that. We didn't have to bring this to fruition.
But that's the look I got. I forgot the word surfing, and I was like, it's almost like he's snowboarding, but on water instead of snow. And like, it registered in my brain that there was a word for that, but I couldn't remember what it was. It was surfing. I was like, it's not skiing. Skiing is too.
So for this boss battle, you have to hit the switches to like ricochet his cannonballs back at him. See, there's like those little targets.
Yeah.
And they boing, smack them back at him. I like to be a little sporadic, just so long as I don't hit the cannonballs.
Okay.
Because the cannonballs are enemy projectiles that will hurt you.
Yeah.
But if you keep moving in the spaces between, he's relatively simple.
Okay.
So there we go. That's our first world.
Baby girl.
Our pets will always be a part of Pupcorn commentary.
Oh my gosh. Luna is like loving him hard.
Mm-hmm.
She just wants all the pets.
She gets all the pets. All right, so that's the first world already.
Wow.
So now that we freed this guy, I don't think I can go up there. More friends are in trouble. Go get them, Pac-Man. So there we go. All right, I believe in the next part, we're going to tackle the second world, which is the cavern world.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys next time.
Toodles. Ooh, it's sparkly.